Hello everyone, it's Dr. Wolf here, and in this video I am going to be reviewing the warm-up that you did in terms of identifying the success criteria in our exemplars for looking at the success criteria of body paragraphs. So let's look at the infographic first for the body sections. All right. So in terms of the topic sentence that provides key points, all right, you may have circled what is type 2 diabetes here. I'm fine with that as well. Like that, you could say that's part of your topic sentence. We could also say that's part of the organization of the paper from our introduction. I'm fine with both. But I would say that this statement right here is kind of our topic sentence, right? What is type 2 diabetes? It's a disease in which a person has chronically high levels of blood glucose in their body. For the next section, this would be our topic sentence. Genetics play a role in predisposing someone to type 2 diabetes, getting to the point right away. And then what role do genetics play? All right. Environment. It should say for all of you, what role does environment play? Environment ultimately is the deciding factor on if a person develops type 2 diabetes. Again, just getting straight to the point. All right, so now let's look at the supporting information, which is really just everything else, right? High level of glucose could damage your eyes, kidneys, developed over a lifetime, giving information about how that happens here, right? And for the genetics, defining what predisposes, giving a little bit more information, what it might look like in terms of visiting the doctor with this. And then for environment, I kind of made a concept map instead of just talking sentence by sentence or bullet point by bullet point, showing visually, all right, how all these risk factors can contribute to chronic high blood glucose, which could contribute to type 2 diabetes. All right, so those are my just sufficient supporting points. Now, in terms of my graphics or tables, I think this one's the most obvious right here. All right, here we have just a graph of someone with and without diabetes. And then this one might have been a little bit more difficult. So when it comes to graphs or images, I chose this on purpose because when you look at your resources, there's not a whole lot of graphs to tell you the truth, or images or things like that. So if you're having trouble, what you could do is you could take maybe like a fact or like a percentage of something and kind of make it into an image, right? Sometimes if you ever read a magazine articles, sometimes they'll like have like one of those big points and kind of just like larger font, right? So I put this literally in quotes from my source: consuming 1 soda per day increases your risk of diabetes by 29%. I thought that was like, wow, that really is like this good factoid. So I kind of made that my image. I'm totally fine with that as an image. Now, you also may have said that this is an image. I could get that too, all right? So you'll notice that there could be a little bit of flexibility with things. If you're curious or you're not sure, just ask me, right? All right, so let's look at this example here. It should look really, really similar. It's just in paper form, right? Exact same information. So here is my topic sentence. Makes sense that it starts here. And then all my supporting information. Again, diabetes is a disease in which a person has chronically high blood glucose levels in their body. And I just go into detail here. And then again, this is my image, so that's going to be in green. All right, for section 2, here's my topic sentence. Topic sentence. All right, genetics play a role. Environment ultimately is the deciding factor. All right, and then my supporting evidence in red right here. All right, and then lastly, remember this is going to be my image. All right, for the consuming 1 soda per day increases your risk of diabetes by 29%. So hopefully by doing this, you kind of get an idea of like, okay, this is what the expectations are for the body sections. You could almost start imagining what it's going to look like for your cancer project. So speaking of, I just want to give a few updates and directions for what you guys are going to be doing today. You are going to just be working on your body sections, okay, of your cancer project. A few updates on turning things in. Because I'm not here today, I rearranged some due dates. So Tuesday, that is the next day we are back in class. The same thing is due, all right, that I had said before. Submit your cancer project, specifically your intro and 3 body sections. All right, now do not just do the outline. It should be, if you're doing a paper, it should be a paper. If you're doing a presentation, it should be the Google Slides. You don't need to do your recording just yet. And if it's an infographic, all right, give me an infographic for these parts right here, and make sure that you submit to Canvas. So if you go to Canvas, go to modules right here, submit cancer project, do 3.8 right here, intro and 3 body sections. All right. Now, in terms of upcoming things, we haven't gone over conclusions yet, right? So I want you to turn in the formative all together. So I'm going to push back the formative to Wednesday. All right, where you're going to essentially all you're really going to do is just add on to what you did here. With your conclusion, right? When we get to class on Tuesday. This is what I do not want you to do. Do not wait to the last minute. There's a lot that goes into this project, and I don't want you to just essentially not do it over the weekend you're gonna spend hours working on it if you don't do it. Don't turn it in on Tuesday and then you have to work on literally like the whole thing Tuesday night. Don't do that to yourself. Just work on it in chunks. All right. And then with that in mind, if the formative is going to be due on Wednesday, you need to have time to have feedback. So right now it's going to be due. I pushed it back till Friday. It's the actual summative. Okay. So remember, in terms of completing this, start with your outline, right? So here's your outline right here. You should have this completed already today. Some students were like, Mr. Wolf, there's not a whole lot of space here. I agree, there's not. So what you could do is just kind of almost give a note to yourself, like, I am going to write about this, right? You don't have to word for word what you're going to put here, but I know here there's not a lot of space. All right. This is a great way to plan out your topic sentence, your supporting information, the graph or figure. If you have it, again, you could just kind of draw like a sketch or just say like, this is where it is. Remember, the whole purpose of this is planning. This is not your project. This is planning. So do not turn this in on Monday, just your outline. All right. Once you have this, now you could turn these body paragraphs. Ooh, by the way, another student already told me this. This says body paragraph twice. That's a typo. This should be body paragraph 3. All right. Once you have this outline, you are now going to turn this outline into a paper, into an infographic, into a presentation, into a website or blog post, right? You really get to make it how you want to present it, as long as you hit that success criteria. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Good luck working on this. Have a wonderful weekend. And make sure you manage your time well in terms of maybe just chunk it up, work on a paragraph or a section a day. All right. See you all on Tuesday. Stay in school.